with the Luke Taylor, Mr. Sunglasses himself. Luke, we are so glad to have you on this podcast. It's going to be a good time. Yeah. So, fun fact, we're all Luke Taylor, actually.
That's crazy.
We all throw 600 feet, and we all got 4th at Pro Worlds.
True.
And 87th at Texas States.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Luke, thanks for joining us. We're glad to have you. It's going to be a good time. So, Nick's got some questions lined up for you. So we're going to pass it over to Nick. We're going to jump right into this thing.
I actually have a bunch of questions. So let's start with the basics. How'd you get into disc golf?
Yeah. So discs have always been around the house for me. We used to live kind of in town on like a very small plot of land. And I would just set up our tent basket and then throw around to it. Once we moved out to the property we have now, I continue to do kind of the same thing. And the thing that really helped me growing up was I'd write down all the pros that I knew, and then I would play 4 different lives as those pros. And that really gave me a feel for my own game and how to develop my own form. And the common theme is that, Paul Macbeth won, pretty much every time. So that really kind of helped me to figure out what was comfortable for me and what allowed me to kind of develop my own form to what it is now. My dad and mom have both, pushed me to where I'm at in different ways, provided me tons of opportunities growing up. So, from moving up through the ranks in juniors and AMs to where I am now, just your traditional, grew up playing the sport story to making it the profession it is for me now.
So you're saying it was just luck because you grew up playing the sport?
In a way, yeah. I think I was blessed with some natural ability in there. I've the same way that people start or find it at 25, I've had the 10 years of experience starting at 8 to 18, so it's just a head start.
Yeah, your body basically grew into it.
Right.
Is because in the past couple of years, you've grown a foot and maybe 30 pounds of muscle. So
yeah, no, it's definitely changed a lot. And that's what I tell kids now who are what does it take to go on tour? The genuine question that they all have, they want to make this dream a reality. And I'm just give it time. If you're passionate about the game and you keep practicing and doing all the right stuff, things are going to click and you're going to grow and you're going to see the growth there naturally.
Yeah. Have you been throwing farther since you put on a little mass and grew into your body a little more? Have you been throwing farther this year than you have every other year? And how much farther are you throwing?
Yeah, I mean, when I was 15, I think I could get one to go 500 on a good day. And now that I'm 18, almost 19, my farthest throw recorded, without any ground action was 641 out at USDGC. So that was pretty cool to see one go that far because I didn't even know I could throw that far, to be honest. So I was just trying to clear 600 at that comp, and then I heard 641 and made top 6 of throws and bounds and got to go to the finals, which I did really bad in after that, but the first time I got in was pretty cool. So
dude, that's 641, Frank.
That's so cool. Yeah,
and Frank doesn't need to reach back any farther.
I'm about 150 short of that, so
yeah.
And Nick's 250 feet short of that.
Yeah, I'm working on it. All right, that's why I'm working on it. Okay,
and you'll get there one day, kid.
Dude, I've been putting in the work. All right. We'll have a distance contest at Victory Park or something.
I would love to watch that.
He asked me 2 years ago. He's like, "Can you throw farther than me? Let's throw." And then I didn't do it. I was too scared.
I mean, you should be,
You've proven yourself at this point.
Kinda, yeah, I would say so.
All right, next question. Do you think in your entire lifetime, if your dad has beaten you more than you've beaten him?
I feel like it's really hard to say that I have because I think the first time that I beat him was when I was 14 at a professional event. It was at Hollywood's disc golf course, and I finished 3rd and he finished 5th, and that was the first tournament I ever beat my dad at. So I feel like the amount of rounds that we've played, and I mean, he'll still occasionally beat me now, so it's hard to say. I feel like it's pretty close at this point, but I could also be really wrong. I feel like I have to give it to my dad as of now, though.
Dude, Josh
give it a couple of years kind of thing.
Yeah, it's hard to say because he played so many tournaments while I was young that I wasn't a part of. he played a lot of rounds that I wasn't at, that, so like it's hard for me to say for sure, but
Yeah, and
he's
when you're
definitely
like
been
8
playing
years
longer
old,
than me.
when Luke's like 8 years old and his dad beating him 50 times a year,
Right. Yeah.
it's hard. It's
That
hard to
sort of a
catch
deal.
up.
Exactly.
Hard to catch up.
So, speaking of your dad, you guys played a doubles tournament last weekend, yeah?
We did.
How'd you
Yeah.
do?
Pretty bad. Yeah. So my dad and I, up to that point, hadn't lost. We're the reigning, two-time defending state doubles champions.
Everything champion.
When we're on a
Yes.
doubles
Literally,
team, there's
dude,
a pretty
every
good
doubles
chance
event.
we're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we played this charity fundraiser event for some people out in the Tri-Cities, Saginaw area.
Yep.
And it was really cool to see so many people come out and support that cause. And my dad and I just didn't click that day for whatever reason. I don't know if it was the cold, I don't know if it was the course. But we just, we didn't get things going until the back nine, and we started really slow, both making some really silly mistakes, but like sometimes that's just how it goes. We both had an off day at the wrong time, and then second half played more like ourselves, but the first half did not go according to plan.
So
Yeah.
did you get like fifth or fourth?
We took third. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
It went 12, 11, and then we were 10 under. So it was
And
something
Wix,
like that.
Okay.
Wix is not that fun.
Not always, that's for sure.
It's
Well,
because
so, oh, go ahead.
just like Ashmo, there's like 4 holes that are par threes that you can't reach. So you have like
Right.
6 holes to
That's
score
right,
on.
the deal.
Kind of.
Yeah, and
That-
it's
that
like
kind of
it's
thing.
either really short and a must birdie, or like impossible to reach. So
Yeah.
it's just like it pretty much levels the playing field. There aren't a lot of holes that we can play catch up on. So if we miss a couple holes that we should get, probably gonna fall behind pretty quick.
Yeah, I think Tim Barham's beaten me by at least collectively 30 strokes there over 3 tournaments.
I mean,
He's so good
yeah,
there. He's so good there.
he doesn't make stupid mistakes.
No.
So yeah.
It's going Frank.
So, it looks like you hit a hole in one, though, and I think we have the video, so I'm going to play that. You can watch
Run
it.
Sweet.
Got it. What did I say?
Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's
On
crazy.
film? That was
I don't think I've ever seen anyone more disappointed with an ace.
Yeah.
So
I
run me
can
through your
explain.
thoughts.
Yeah, so that's hole 17 at Wix, and you can tell kind of by like what I was saying. It was kind of funny. It was a funny story. So that hole, there's 2 routes. There's the up the middle route, and then there's like this left gap. You throw like a sidearm if you're a right-hander down. My dad throws it first, and his hits a tree, ends up like 40 feet away. So I'm like, shoot, now I can't go up the middle or do anything cool. So I tried to pitch a sidearm around, and it comes in just like a fraction too early and drops like 30 feet away. But I'm like, I go back to the tee pad, right? And I shouldn't say back because I was already in the tee pad, but I go back to my dad and I'm like, man, if I went up the middle, dude, I bet you I would have aced it. So I reached for my disc. I told my dad to like turn the camera on just in case something cool happens. And then just throw the most perfect shot ever, goes in the basket. And that would have ended up saving us 2 strokes. If we had done that, we would have tied for the win if I had just thrown up the middle in the first place. So.
Oh, so that wasn't in your actual, like that didn't count towards your score?
No, it was a funzie.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. So I hit the hole in one. Yeah. So that's why I was disappointed by it. And it felt pretty bad, but it is what it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so tough.
Yeah.
Well, sorry
Yeah.
to make you relive that, but hey,
It's
great
fine.
shot.
It's
That was
still a
sick.
sick shot. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And also, Frank, in our unreleased episode, he said that on his best day, only Anthony Barella and Gannonburg can beat him at his home course,
Really?
Ashimo.
Wow.
Do you think you could beat Frank at Ashimo, Luke?
I mean, only time would tell, but I feel like the statistics would say that I have a pretty good chance of beating Frank on really any course. So
That is true.
When Frank's like highest rated round this year was like 1030, and that's your
Okay.
rating. So
Calm down. Calm down.
dude, I got the stats, man.
Yeah, that's tough. I will defend myself yet again and say I live 10 minutes away from Ashimo. I've played it at least 1,000 times.
At least it's crazy.
And similar to Wix, I've never played Wix, but you either birdie the hole or you don't. You play it for birdie or you don't. Like there's there's no catch up.
I've played Ashtoma before.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big fan of the course, honestly.
It's so
I
good.
feel like it
Sick.
suits my game, long and wooded, pretty good. So I don't like. I haven't played it a lot, but I feel like I'd be pretty comfortable out there.
I have a feeling you're going to beat me by 8 or 9 strokes, maybe each round.
8 or 9 is crazy.
So we'll see if I can
Maybe
stand by
like
my
4.
claim. But if you have like a family thing or something that day, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll see. It's a little bit of a hike. A little bit of a hike for me.
Yeah,
That's
if
fair.
you were to bring like 3 discs to an Ashabo tournament, Luke, what would you bring?
Just discs. I'm thinking Ashtamo.
Ashabo discs, 3 discs. We need run and we need plastic.
Big fairways.
Right, we have to go with the ESP Athena. We're gonna need it. I have a feeling that the super long par 3s, I'd have to play for a par on most of them, or just like try maybe set up for a long look. I need a putting putter, and I feel like my putting putters are proto sonars. I feel like I should probably say that.
Yeah.
And then it's a really good question. Probably, I guess I'll go with the Z zone. I think that's the one I'd have the most success with.
All right. So no mid range.
Yeah, I'll just tempo down on the Athena or speed up on a zone. Yeah,
Right.
I would say Luna for the putter, but I don't have enough stability there, especially with just the Athena. I feel like I need the zone.
You don't
It
want
makes
to
my life easier.
You don't want to like throw the baseline putter.
Oh,
and
I
putt
would.
with it.
Yeah,
And
I had just thought of that. I would do a lot of things with it. Yeah.
yeah, you do a lot of things for a Luna.
Yeah. The Luna is the best though, so that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I just enjoyed watching at work today. Shout out my boss. But at work today, I watched all of the AB Macbeth Luna videos, which are just
They're so good.
make me mad. I'm sitting there like, I couldn't do this with my full bag, and these guys are playing and putting with premium plastic Lunas. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Brutal.
I mean, premium plastic Lunas are so good for like everything.
Yeah, they go really far for no reason, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
For literally no reason, they go really far.
Yeah,
Every
they can
single
go
one I've seen
400. You can poke them out to 4 bills for sure.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know how to throw them. I've tried. It was like one day I loved the Luna, and then the next day it just like didn't work for me. I can't.
I've got some Z flat eyes that you could probably yam on, and you'd love them for sure.
Okay.
It's like if you have any wobble in your release, the Luna isn't for you.
That's me. I have plenty of wobble. That's
Right.
That's just the best part about my game.
Yeah,
So,
and
The wobble.
yeah, he's so accurate with it though. He's accurate with the wobblies.
yeah, in the short reach bag. But now,
Yeah.
Luke, on our unreleased episode that releases at midnight tonight, Nick has a hot take that he doesn't believe tour ratings are a thing, and I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think ratings on tour? He doesn't believe. He says the tour actually is worse ratings than what your home course would rate or something in your area, which I strongly disagree with, but I want to hear your thoughts.
Right. So what people don't understand, here's my theory, right? Here's my theory on tour ratings. I think they help somebody who isn't 1020 or higher because the courses are so hard and the scoring separation is so little that a 1070 and a 1000 rated round could be 12 strokes apart, you know? Like a Northwood Black where it's 5 strokes up, 5 rating points for 1 stroke, and it's like there's so much deviation, but it's so, you know, and there are certain courses on tour that play a little bit differently, like the Preserve where everybody's shooting really hot, less throws. But basically the rating system works where the less throws there are, the less throws that you have, the more value for each
stroke is. Yeah.
Right.
So like Garfield Park is like
right.
13 points a stroke.
Right, exactly. So if you shoot a 14 down at Garfield Park, you'll probably get like a 1065, but then like it might be a 15 point drop off to 13 under, you know, and so on.
Yeah.
So But on tour, you know, it's a lot easier to shoot a consistent 1020, but it's a lot harder to shoot like a 1060, you know, because you have to play so well the whole round to get a 1060, but it's a lot easier to shoot a 1020 rated round consistently. So the tour keeps you up there, but it's harder to skyrocket. So what Gannon and Isaac and Ezra Robinson, all those guys with the super high ratings, Ricky, all of them, like the consistency is incredible to
They're so
perform
good.
at
Right.
that high a level every single time.
All the time. Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you don't know how good they are.
Right.
Basically. You
So,
can't.
right. The tour boost exists, but I don't really think it helps players, especially players that are 1020 and above.
Okay.
So are ratings on tour better than they should be or worse?
I think the ratings are the ratings, honestly. I don't really think it's better or worse. The rating you have is the rating you have. If you go on tour, it might be a little bit easier for you to push it up to a certain point. But after that certain point, like if I went back home and played tournaments at Garfield Park and shot 14 unders consistently, my rating might go up to 1050, you know? And is that my caliber on tour really that? Probably not. So, you know, it's probably more like a 1040 on tour. Because, I mean, it's still incredible to shoot 14 unders consistently anywhere. But, like, probably not going to be where it's at now if I just play at Garfield Park all the time.
Yeah, I really think they should be separated with tour ratings and then non-tour ratings. So, like, the people on, like, only the tour events have their own rating. So, same system, but it's separated from your at-home regular rating. So, you can separate people from off tour to on tour.
Interesting.
Right.
What would be the benefits of that? I guess Luke, yeah.
I mean, I don't. I would. That's a question for Nick. Honestly, I would like to hear more about his take on this.
This might be a hot take.
Well, since the courses are so much harder and they're so much different than normal courses, I think the separation between a tour player and a normal player that's 1020, there should be a difference there. They shouldn't be the same. Like a 1020 rated guy in their home courses shouldn't be the same as a guy in tour. Either, yeah, I just think they should be different. Like, I know they're meant to, so you can compare yourself to people in separate states or whatever, but there's so many people playing now, I don't think we need that anymore. I think we can switch it up just at least a little bit. And the tour is something that's been going on for how long? I mean, I think Statmando could, like, take all the archive tournaments, put them together, and make tour ratings. I think they really could because there's so much data now.
So here's my question then. For the PDGA rating system, which uses multiple rounds, then your rating is going to fluctuate really heavily based on your off-season play. So then I feel like it's going to discourage pros from playing the off-season, and not necessarily your Ricky, your Macbeth, your AB, right? You're talking your like Jake Brown and your.
Wouldn't it encourage pros though? Because they'd go home and they wouldn't affect their tour rating.
True.
So
but also, like,
their home
for the guys that are based on, like, their sponsorships are based on ratings specifically of, like, hey, you got to get to 1010. Like, let's say Jake Brown plays tour all year long. He goes home in his first event, because last year he only played 3 events in the off season. He goes home in his first event and just wets the bed and shoots 940 rated event. Now his rating drops from 1,010 to 997, and he loses his sponsorship, even though he's planning on playing on tour next year. You know, I feel like that's where that comes into play.
Yeah, it also hurt if you're trying to get your rating up to get on tour or get a sponsorship. Like if contracts are only based on tour rating, it also kind of hurt people going on. But I think it would promote people playing not on tour because then it wouldn't affect their tour rating. Because, I mean, if you're 1025 rated, you don't want to lose that at your little C tier that is a par 54 playing Wildwood and Deerfield.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking forward to playing the Frigido Ice Bowl coming up here soon. But
yeah,
I get what you're saying. I definitely think there's a purpose for that. I just don't see the PGA changing that.
Absolutely not. No, they're not going to change anything.
So, yeah, I think the system's as good as it could be as it is. I get what you're saying. Some pros are scared of their rating dropping, and some of us just don't really care that much anymore. I'm happy with where my rating's at, and I'm going to play tournaments to play tournaments. So, you know, that's a decision they have to make.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So we got another one. You went on tour basically full time last year. What was it like after you're done practicing? You know, after you play tournaments, is it boring? Are you hanging out with friends? Is it exciting? Like, what do you do in your free time after tour events or during the week when you got to practice for like 3 days before the tournament? What's it like?
Gotcha. So you're saying when I'm at these tournaments, like what does my free time hold?
Yeah.
So Minecraft took up a portion of it.
Nice.
My
Nice.
my buddy on tour, Cole, and I played a lot of Minecraft, especially after he went through some injuries and stuff.
It's a great pastime.
Yeah, we played some tennis for a bit. Like you said, he got injured, so we couldn't do any of this anymore. But tennis, pickleball, basketball, really anything to kind of fill the time that's I guess good for you.
Keep you active.
Yeah. So
I guess.
I like doing active stuff, and sports are my hobby. So I just keep playing sports. Pretty average stuff on tour, I'd say. I feel like a lot of pros off the course try to fill their time with, either like, I mean, of course, putting practice, but that's a part of the practice. So, just like sports hobbies based most of the time, and then at nighttime play some Minecraft probably. Be the majority of it.
Do those sports hobbies not take away from your game on tour during your round the next day, do you think?
Where I'm at right now, no. As long as I'm doing the right stuff to stay hydrated and, whatever. There's like, of course, there's a point where it becomes hurtful, but I've never exceeded past that point. At least I never think I have. So, important to be smart about that for sure. But like, it's just for fun,
Yeah, like I don't do anything the day before. I don't do like.
Right, some people don't. Yeah. Brad Hammock, Yuli's caddy, told me it's like you better get in the habit of just like not playing around the day before a tournament, And I'm like, I mean, if I can afford to do that, sure, but like I love disc golf, and it's unless it's like 99 degrees and boiling heat or it's pouring rain, then I'll probably go out and throw a bit.
Yeah, I found myself not playing at all before the tournament, and it keeps like my day 3 is my consistency every weekend is better because my energy levels are more consistent.
No, that makes sense. Yeah, for sure.
Luke, want to touch base? Oh, go ahead.
No, you got it.
Want to touch base on one thing you said there. You mentioned that you still love playing disc golf. One thing I'm hearing from guys like I mean, throw out Nate Hecker, Peyton Stamen, who have recently said, "Hey, I'm done with disc golf." Guys
Ian Hamilton.
Ian Hamilton. Guys in that 1,010 range, like people who have stepped away from the sport, saying like, "I just don't love it." How are you balancing your future and pursuing a career, a business, with also trying to stay in love with the sport that you play?
Right. I think part of it is just the natural born competitiveness I've been given. I feel like that's definitely a gift I have. I love the idea of pursuing excellence and just pushing yourself to the next tier. I mean, it's such an advantage and an asset in your mind to just be able to be like, I'm going to grind it out and I'm going to be so much better tomorrow for it, and it's like, just like making the person you are today better tomorrow. And it's just like, I love that about the game. And I really do view the tournaments as like, I get to reap the reward for all the work that I'm putting in, at the tournaments. When I go to the tournaments, it's like, it's go time, I get to see everything come to fruition. And it's like, I might have a bad event here and there, but this year, I think in the off season, what I've done a lot is focus my mind on good habits to, I think habits that I can implement into the rounds are going to be super important for me to get to the next tier of consistency this year, and really show people what I'm about and show people that I'm here to stay as a top tier player. I think a big reason of why I'm still in love with the game is because I know how much potential I have. And, my mom always told me to give anything less than my best is to sacrifice the gift. And I've been born with a passion for this game, and I'm going to keep pushing to be the best that I can. And I think it's really just a mentality that I have. Then Gannon said in an interview, and he's like, there's going to be more people dropping off this year. It's not a big contract year in the sport. So the people who aren't really passionate and really love the game are going to start to fall off. And the numbers might dwindle, but there's going to be opportunities for more people to step up who really love the game, like Nick and Frank. I don't know where you're at with your career, but I know Nick wants to get out to more tour events. So
I love me some Michigan. I probably won't go too far past that.
Yeah. So I don't know. As simple as it sounds, I just love the game, and I don't really see myself doing anything else.
It almost sounds like it's like you'll get upset during a round, blah, blah, get upset with shots like everyone does. But it sounds like your reflection after tournaments is what keeps you in love and refreshes you for the next week or the next days. You can actually cool down after the tournament, reflect on what you did, and then go into the next day in a better mindset.
Right. I would say the biggest thing that I want to improve this year is my on-course mindset, because I do think there are times where I lose focus. I don't even really notice that I do. It can be really easy to not, to go into this state of like just focusing so much on the numbers of the next shot and not even realize I'm doing it, because these are habits I've had for years, But this year, my main focus is just to focus on the next shot, to focus on the next throw, no matter how good the throw before it was, to really just stay in the moment and to just focus everything onto this next putt and this next drive and this approach shot, So I think that's going to be a big part of it. And like you said, I would say that my after tournament reflection is, right where it needs to be, because I'm able to be brutally honest with myself and be like, man, this tournament did not go well, but that doesn't mean that I'm worse for it, and I'm just going to work harder tomorrow. So
it's like you take accountability for your own actions and your own play after the tournament, which I see in your posts after tournament recaps. It's really apparent in your posts how you reflect on the tournament. And I really like that.
If I miss cash by a couple of strokes, I'm pretty much like, I played on my floor this week, and if my floor is just missing cash, then that's pretty good. So
I mean, you made $34,000 this year.
I did, off of tournament earnings alone. So I appreciate it. It's what's keeping me out here.
I mean, you got 11,000 for Worlds.
That was a pretty big deal.
That's cool.
Yeah, that tournament was pretty surreal. Just things fell into place at the right time for me.
Miguel said you were throwing some of the best shots. Like your shot, he told me about your shot on 17 with your Avenger SS or something like that.
Thrasher, yeah.
You threw, you were 100 feet off the tee and parked it for birdie or whatever.
Yeah, so I think the hole is like 750 feet long or so, and I was more than 100 feet off the tee. That set the record straight. But basically, the hole is super straight and wooded for about 400 of those. And then you have two options that are like both 350 feet, both super tight. My drive with my Athena doesn't get all the way up to where it needs to go. It turns a little to the right, and I'm in the woods. And I get to my lie, and I there's this pitch out option, which is not really what I do when there's
that right side is bad. I went in there and I took a 7.
It's bad. It's bad. It's really bad. So I wasn't too far in there, so I could have just laid up, but then there's no guarantee that you're even going to get a par out of that, because it's still a really hard shot from the corner, and that's as far as I would have gotten.
It is.
I weighed my options. I went to my bag, grabbed my ESP Thrasher that I carry with me, and no other MPO player does, but I have it with me for shots like this. I see this little window up here. I'm like, I think this funnels down the left side of the gap. I'm just going to throw up a 420-foot Anheuser, and it just worked out perfectly. I was 20 feet away and made my putt for birdie. So, that first day was super important to getting me to the obviously lead card the second day, but also putting me in position to get back on lead card fourth round and fifth round.
Do you think you only got the lead card because of your step putts?
It was important in the first round. I think I made 4 of them.
You're very good at step putting.
Yeah, my step putt got really good and really hot in the middle of the season. I think during D-Glow, I was the leader in the Pro Tour for C2s. Because from 33 to 45 feet was just on lock for a little bit. At Ledgestone, I had a round where I made 5 C2s, and that's my best to this day. But it's just... it was important for sure. Taking advantage of the putts that you need to get on lead card was important for both D-Glow and Worlds. But I mean, just playing the game, I guess. I don't know. New London fits my game really well, and I was really confident going into that event in all facets of my game. So
that course is amazing.
So good. It's so good. It's a longer version of Deerfield Park too.
And it's getting destroyed right now.
Yeah.
Redesigned though. So
with Macbeth, so we're gonna be fine. It's going to be good either way.
Yeah.
Well, Luke, one final question here before we head into a little new segment. Luke, if you were given a Rice Krispie treat,
oh boy,
how much sawdust could you put on/in this Rice Krispie treat before you think someone would notice?
How much?
I need a measurement. Yes.
Like, in like volume, like ounces?
Yeah.
Yep.
How much sawdust could you put in a Rice Krispie treat before you ate it and someone would notice?
I guess maybe probably like 3 or 4 ounces. I don't know. It is. I mean, I'm personally. If you mixed it in, you might be talking 5 or 6. And you really have to think about these things when you're. So I'm personally a pretty big fan of Rice Krispie treats. If there's one on the course, might grab it. Left-handed, eat it. Of course, you can't get anything on the precious right hand. But yeah. So I mean, yeah, we'll say 5 ounces.
Okay. 5 ounces. Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot, but if you mix it in just right.
Yeah, don't you love how the Pro Tour just gives all the pros candy for their performance?
I mean, they get so many.
Isn't
snacks,
that like
man.
really?
There's the healthy options. There is
give
bananas,
some Red
apples,
40
and
and
oranges.
Skittles.
You can choose to eat healthy.
Yeah.
But do I choose the granola bar every time? Yeah, I do. So, yeah.
All right. Anyways, Frank.
Well, we are hopping into a new fun segment. Disc golf trivia. Luke, you are the first person to experience this.
And I'm probably going to be terrible at it. I'm not going to lie.
We're excited for you. So here's how this is going to work. I'm going to start with you, Luke. First question goes to you. If you miss the question, we pass it on to Nick. Second question, Nick goes first. If Nick misses, it passes on to you. The nice thing about these, and for the viewers, is these are all multiple choice. So if you're a good test taker, this might be just your speed.
Can you tell us if we're right after both of us go?
I will tell the first person if they are right or not, and then the second person.
But what if I want to pick the same answer?
No.
Both be right.
If Luke gets it right, you don't get the chance.
But then you go after that for the
correct. But then you're on the second question.
So it is fair. I mean, we're just
if you don't miss, and I have an even number. So if you guys both don't miss, we're gonna have to go to a playoff, and you have to guess my middle name or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out from there.
I won't. Okay.
But okay, Luke. First question coming to you. What is the maximum legal weight of a PDGA disc? 180 grams, 225 grams, 200 grams, or 175 grams?
Are we talking mid-ranges, or what are we?
I'm saying maximum legal weight of a PDGA disc, all PDGA discs.
180 grams.
Luke, I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Well, that sucks.
Nick, I'm going to pass it over to you to take a stab. Your options are 225 grams, 175 grams, and 200 grams.
What is 200 grams?
The correct answer is 200 grams.
Thank you, Luke. You should have took the first option.
If you have heard of the disc Innova, Condor, and Zephyr, they are the 2 legal discs at 200 grams. I actually have one.
But let's be real here. Mid ranges, it's diameter based. So like drivers and putters have to be 175, and then mid ranges have to be 180.
Weight.
Yeah, I don't like that question, man. Yep. You made it seem like they could all fall under that category, but they don't.
You did.
They don't.
This is his competitive side. All right,
fine.
Passing over to Nick. Nick, new question for you. What was the first disc released by Innova? Was it the Aviar, the Arrow, the Eagle, or the Whippet?
How do you know that?
What is Arrow? Because they just ran an anniversary for Big Term.
That is incorrect.
Oh, no.
So I'm going to pass it over to Luke. Luke, your options are Aviar, Eagle, and Whippet.
I thought for sure it's Arrow.
I mean, it's got to be Aviar. Has to be.
The correct answer? the Eagle.
Okay.
And
What?
Nick,
Wow.
the Eagle was renamed the Arrow shortly after. So I'm not going to give you half points. You don't get any points. But it started as the Eagle,
I don't need
went to the Arrow, and then there was a new disc named the Eagle later on.
Wow.
All right, 1
it's
point,
not the
Nick.
AVR. That's like
that was such a trick question, Frank.
You'd think they'd start with that. That's
That was
a great
such a
question.
trick question. That was a
All
trick
right.
question.
Back to Luke. Luke, question for you. In 2022, Bradley Williams had a signature disc. Was it the Pig, the Firebird, the Destroyer, or the Rock X3?
No way he's getting this.
In 2022? Do I have a time limit?
Nope.
Yes.
Take your time.
All right. Give me a second here.
Yeah, you think about it.
It's the easiest question ever.
What is Destroyer?
That is incorrect.
I don't know.
What is
man.
Pig?
I don't.
What is
The
Pig?
correct answer is the Pig.
Bradley
The
Williams,
Pig.
Pig, dude. Come
The
on.
Pig.
I don't know.
Wow.
This
He
only
stuff,
knows
man.
Discraft.
I've been,
He
I've
only
been on
knows
Discraft for 4 years.
Give him a
five years
Discraft
now,
question.
so
All right. Well,
I still won't know
unfortunately,
it.
I'm passing over to Nick. And Nick, this is a Discraft question. I should have left this for Luke. This is on me. Nick, which disc was Paul Macbeth's first signature disc released from Discraft? Was it the Malta, the Zeus, the Buzz, or the Luna?
I actually don't know this.
This is a tough one. This is tougher
50-50.
because
For me, in my mind, it's 50-50.
It's between
so.
the Zeus and the Luna.
okay.
I'm gonna go with Zeus because of the Kong I have in my room.
The correct answer is not Zeus. So I pass this to Luke. Luke, what is your answer?
What is the Luna?
The correct answer is the Luna. Luna
God
was
dang
Paul
it.
Macbeth's first signature
Hey,
disc
dude,
with
Nick,
Discraft.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was the Kong or the Zeus too.
God
I
dang
was
it.
like,
So-
if he gets it wrong, I know what it is. But
Dang it.
Well, we're almost tied up. Nick at 2, Luke at
Almost.
1. Luke, back to you. In what year did Paul Macbeth win Rookie of the Year?
Win
Was it
Rookie
06?
of the Year.
08, 2010, or 2011?
Which year was his first world championship? It was after
Oh,
that.
oh.
It was after that. I guess 2010. C.
That is incorrect.
Figures.
I'll pass this back to Nick. Nick,
What is 2008?
what is 2008?
Unbelievable, bro.
What is 2008? Nick,
No,
When in
up
doubt, go with
3-1.
C.
That
I
was
don't
my
know
gut.
disc golf
That was
trivia.
my gut.
That's
This is a tricky question coming at you, Nick. In what year was the PDGA formed?
Oh,
Was it
Ooh.
1946? Was it
Ooh.
1981? Was it 1957? Or was it 1976?
I'm between two here. I'm between the 76 and 81 because the PDGA is actually not as old as you think it is. What is 1981?
The correct answer was not 1981. Luke,
What is 1976?
what is 1976?
The
And
reason
Luke
that I
gains
know this,
another one back.
The reason I know this, Nick, is because Discraft was founded, I believe, in 1979, and they wouldn't have been made, I feel like, without the PGA in existence, right? So logically,
I went with my gut. I did not go with my gut, actually. I went with my logical one.
Dang,
Should've went with
dang.
the gut.
Luke gets the rebound and takes it down
Wow.
and scores on the other end. All right,
So I'm still one
Luke?
behind, though.
Luke, you're one behind, but this
right.
one's coming to you. What was the best-selling disc of 2019? Was it the Zeus, the Buzz, the Destroyer, or the P2?
So dumb. Jeez. The Discraft Buzz.
That is incorrect.
I
Nick, I'm
figured.
passing it over to you.
What is Innova Destroyer?
What is Innova Destroyer?
So
Innova
dumb.
Destroyer.
People can't throw a Destroyer.
It's crazy.
Destroyer is
When you look
big,
up
man.
when you look up online, what disc should I get? The
hey,
Destroyer
I
comes
believe
up.
it. I believe it, man. There's
But the
some
Buzz,
really,
the
there's
Buzz
some
is the
good
best-selling
ones.
mid-range for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's
True.
good.
By
The
far.
Buzz is
True.
amazing.
The Buzz is incredible.
It's the best. You don't get better than the Buzz.
All right. So, next question. This one is a tough one. Nick, 4-2. The question: what is the most sold putter of all time? Is it the Luna, the P2, the Wizard, or the AVR?
What is AVR?
That is incorrect.
What?
That is incorrect. I'm passing it back over to you, Luke.
I'm trying to figure out why Wizards on this list.
I'm trying to figure out why Wizard is the right answer.
Right? I mean, there's no way. I feel like it can't be. And I feel like the Luna's too recent. I gotta go P2.
The correct answer?
That's
Wizard.
Ridiculous. That is
and
ridiculous.
I pulled these stats from somewhere else. This is not from me. But the Wizard,
I think it's because tournaments could buy Wizards for like $1.
they were super cheap, and you can buy them in bulk of like 3,000. You can buy a 3,000 pack of Wizards online. So the Wizard was the correct answer. Point goes to Frank. It is 1-2 to 4.
I think you have 2 points. You think you have 2 points?
Do I have
right
2
now,
points?
Frank? I believe so. Yeah.
Is it 2-2 to 4? Okay. All right.
That's what I believe. Yeah.
All right. Well, we are passing it back over to Luke. Luke, I think this one's a gimme.
Okay.
Which course holds the hardest played hole on the Pro Tour? Is it Northwoods Black, Ivy Hill, New London, or Toboggan?
It's not New London. It's not Toboggan. It's not Ivy Hill. Is it Northwoods Black?
The correct answer? Northwoods Black.
Hole 12.
Luke scores. Hole 12 is statistically the hardest hole on tour. It's been that way for the last 3 years.
Plays like a 6.5.
I think it was 6.57.
Birdied it
birdied
in
it
tournament?
And Nick is one of the few people to have birdied it.
Wild. That's wild.
Yes.
And tournament is crazy.
I know, it is crazy.
I got a par on it this year, and I felt like, a superhero.
Yeah,
you gained 2 strokes.
I think I went even on it or 1 over on it for the tournament.
That's wild.
I don't even know why.
Wild.
I know I shot
I was
40
fine.
over for the tournament, but I was 1 over on that hole.
You prepared
All right,
his entire
Nick.
game plan on that hole.
Yeah.
Nick, if your hole 12 score rate is similar to your trivia rate, you'll get this one. You're up 4-3, but this one is a tough one. Nick, which longtime pro specifically has focused on raising awareness for autism through disc golf? Is it Michael Johansson? Is it Kayla Viska, Paul Macbeth, or Scott Stokely?
What is Scott Stokely?
What is Scott Stokely? The man,
Easiest question ever.
truly an awesome guy.
That's not.
He
That's
is.
not.
Great guy. I didn't
not
know
a hard
that.
one.
So I'll give that. I did not know that.
Yeah.
All right. 5-3 to 2. Okay, passing it back over to Luke. This one's a tricky one too. Which FPO player has the most world championships?
Juliana
Is it
Korver.
Juliana Korver? Is
Juliana
it Elaine
Korver.
King? Is
Juliana
it Tessa
Korver.
Reading or is it Paige Pierce?
Juliana Korver. Juliana Korver.
Oh, I lagged out there. What'd you say, Luke?
Juliana Korver.
What did he say? He said it 6 times.
I'm having connection issues.
Who is Juliana Korver?
That is incorrect. I'm passing it back over to Nick.
You're not counting just FPO championships? Are you kidding me?
World Championships specifically.
Oh my gosh, bro. That's ridiculous. That's so
Where's
Passing it to
Elaine
dumb.
King?
Nick. What is
Elaine
Oh
Elaine
my
King?
gosh.
Elaine
Thank you,
King has the
Luke.
most world championships.
What kind of a stupid
Wow.
trick question is that, bro?
Wow.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Frank's tricky with it. With his
That's
words
so
and his
silly.
trivia.
Nick, what is it? Is it 6-3 to 2?
It's 6-3,
That score?
man. I don't know if I can make a comeback at this point.
Oh, you can. We have a few more questions. Okay.
There's a lot of
Nick, question to you.
We need double points.
Where are you going to play a course accessible only by military plane? Are you going to Antarctica, to Brazil, to Fort Knox, or to Moscow, Russia?
Where is Antarctica?
The correct answer? Antarctica.
Thank
Yes,
you.
there's one 18-hole course on a military base in Antarctica. I believe they use disc catcher light baskets.
That was a tough question. That
That is a tough question. Luke, did you know that answer?
My gut was saying Moscow, but I figured that wouldn't be right. So
All right. Well, next question.
My gut's been wrong today.
This one, you've been a disc golf guy for a long time. This should be a shoo-in. I don't even think I have to give you the options, but I'm going to. What film company preceded Jomez Pro and was produced by Innova and Discmania? Was it GK Pro? Was it The Spin TV? Was it Small Bore Outlaw? Or was it Gatekeeper Media?
What is Spin TV?
That is correct. The Spin TV preceded
Good answer.
Jomez Pro.
Thank you.
And it was go watch it. I mean, they still have some great events on there.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
do.
One of my favorites, I think, was Eagle winning Kona Peach Day on there.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. I watched that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Kona Peach Day was one of my favorite tournaments to watch.
Absolutely.
There's some young Simon in there too, which is very
And some
entertaining.
young Nicolas and Yuki.
Yep.
You got the young one. It's over there. The youngins.
Yep. All right. 7-4. Is that the score? Or is it 6-4?
It's 7-4.
I have 7. I got Antarctica.
7-4.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got Antarctica. I need you
Pass
to choke a
back.
couple times.
He might choke this one. So pass back over to Nick. Nick, what animal sound is Madison Walker famous for saying?
Oh no.
Is it bark? Is it honk? Is it quack? Or is it meow?
What is honk?
The correct answer? Honk. What is honk? Luke, did you know that one?
No, I was thinking quack.
Okay.
I'm telling you,
All right.
I don't know as much trivia as you might think.
No, you don't.
All right. Well,
No,
this
not at all.
one, I believe. So we got 8-4 now. 8-4. Okay, Luke, coming to you. What is the highest rated round ever shot? Is it 1132? Is it 1118? Is it 1144? Or is it 1062?
My gosh. I
think
find it
know
hard
this
to
one.
believe. What?
I think I know it.
My gut is telling me that you can't shoot higher than 1120, so I got to go 1118.
The correct answer is not 1118.
It's the first time you've gone the correct answer is not.
Nick,
What is 1144?
the correct answer is 1132. 1132,
Wow.
shot by Paul Macbeth in, I think, 2019.
That's
So-
wild.
Now, if you look up online, pre the Pro Tour, I think Will Schustrick has like 1196 rated round in Japan.
What?
But I think they considered it it's not legal. So
That's crazy.
I remember looking that up last year and was shocked. There's like 3 rounds above 1190 that like are not like allowed
Wow.
or not included.
He must have
That's
shot
not-
like 20 down and everyone else was
Right.
20 over.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah.
think it was in Japan though. So I think,
That's why.
Yeah. So next question. What do we have the score at? 8-4 to 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
this-
just going to try to beat Frank at this point. I just got to beat Frank.
Well, this one's tough. And I think,
Oh,
this
boy.
goes to Nick. Nick, which player has the most wins between FPO or MPO? Is it Brian Schwebiger? Is it Elaine King? Is it Barry Schultz? Or is it Fred Needham?
What is Brian Schweberger?
The correct answer? Not Brian.
Oh,
Schwebiger.
no. Oh, no.
So I'm going to pass this back over to Luke. Luke,
I should have went with my gut,
opportunity
dude.
to take a stroke on Nick.
I don't even know who Fred Neum is.
It's probably not him.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, she's got the most world championships, but like she's already been an answer. But is that another trick question? I gotta go with Elaine King.
The correct answer? Fred Needham.
What?
Yeah, I figured.
Now-
That's so dumb.
Here's what we're gonna do because I'd never heard of this guy.
Frank.
So I included some trivia questions about Fred Needham himself. So coming back over to you, Luke, how many
No.
wins does Fred Needham have? Does he have 432? Does he have 360? Does he have 412? Or does he have 567?
412.
That is not correct. Nick,
Of course, it's not.
360.
it is 567 wins. I believe the score is
What?
8-5 to 4. Frank's taking a comeback.
What
What?
is this
Now,
guy?
we can't end there. If he has 567 wins, I wonder what his rating is. So, Nick, what is Fred Needham's rating? Is it 930? Is it 915? Is it 965? Or is it 880?
I have to think hard about this. His name is Fred, so he's obviously not 965. He's an older gentleman winning NA 40 events. I'm going 915.
That is incorrect. Luke, do you want to take a stab at this?
I mean, I have to. The stab. I think you said 915.
915,
Nick?
965, 880, or 930.
Right.
I did say 9:15.
I'm just wondering. Okay.
Yeah, I said 9:15.
880 rated.
The correct answer, 880 rated. Fred Needham is 880 rated. He has 789 career events, and he has won 567 of those wins.
That's an
How old is this
insane
man?
win percentage.
You're awesome. I don't know. That's an insane win percentage.
Whoever he is, we
Wild.
should have him on the podcast.
Yeah, we should get him on the podcast. All right,
Fred Needham.
558. We're chasing Nick right now. So I think this question goes back to Luke. Luke, what disc was the first disc to appear on SportsCenter Top 10? Was it the Force? Was it the Buzz? Was it the Destroyer? Or was it the Wraith?
Can I get a hint of who threw the shot?
I cannot tell you that because it would give away the answer. Or it would reduce it to a 50-50.
I think the image that I'm having in my head is like a 360-foot forehand thrown by Macbeth somewhere. That's what I'm thinking. It also could be a Yuli backhand turnover on the same hole that I'm thinking of. But either way, I'm thinking Destroyer.
The correct answer is not Destroyer.
I'm gonna think it's Nate Doss throwing it.
Really?
And he was known for the Force and the Buzz, and I think it's gonna be the Buzz.
It was Nate Doss throwing the Force.
No.
Why would you go Buzz?
It is,
We're
dude,
a
it's
small
SportsCenter
sport.
Top 10.
It has to be a long throw, Nick.
I put the Buzz in there as like a freebie.
Nate Doss was nasty.
Nick. All right. I think, what is it, 8 to 6 to 6? Is that
8 to 6 to 5.
8 to 6
I'm
5?
losing.
Okay.
I'm losing to both right now.
Okay. Well, Nick, this one's coming over to you. Which disc golf Instagram page has the most followers with over 250,000? Is it Jomez? Is it Frank Smith Disc? Is it Paul Macbeth? Or is it Innova?
I'm gonna go FS Disc.
That is not correct. I'm going to pass it back over to Luke. Luke, chance to rebound here.
Why didn't? Okay. Don't give me pity points, Nick. I'm probably still gonna
Frank
get it
is
wrong.
huge.
That's the worst part.
Frank is huge.
Yeah, but I'm probably still not gonna get it. How many followers did you say?
Over 250,000.
Can I get a re-answer? If
I
Luke doesn't
mean,
get it,
I mean, do you know what it is, Nick?
yes,
I'm sorry, I'm lagging. Say it again.
I know what it is.
He knows what it is.
I think so.
I feel like, I mean, on YouTube they have over 200,000, I believe. I feel like it's got to be Jomez.
The correct answer?
Paul Macbeth.
The
Macbeth.
correct answer
Wow.
is Paul Macbeth.
He's
He has
huge.
the most Instagram followers of all disc golf accounts, which
He
is
does.
crazy.
Wow.
Which is
Yeah.
I mean,
crazy.
that makes sense because like there are people from my school who have no idea what disc golf is, and they
Yep.
know Paul Macbeth. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Sorry, Paul.
All right. 8 to 7 to 5.
I'm
I'm
not
making a
catching
comeback right
Frank.
We have.
I'm letting the team down, Nick. You put a lot
We
of
have
pressure
4
on me
questions
there.
left. We have
I'm
4
not letting
questions
Frank
left.
take us now.
Luke,
No way.
this one comes to you. Question: The Buzz was originally the modified straight version of what
Of?
disc?
The
Oh,
Wasp.
The Hornet, the
The
Wasp,
Wasp.
the Meteor, or the Comet?
It's the
It
Wasp.
was the Wasp. So
That one's easy though.
we got a tight ball game. 8 to 7 to 6. Nick at 8, Frank at 7, Luke at 6. Nick coming back over to you.
Throw this question, Nick.
Nick, throw this
Absolutely
question.
not.
Make it interesting.
I'll give one bone.
Which former disc golf company also made the soles of shoes? Is it Legacy?
Oh, that's
is
easy.
it Quest?
That's
is
so
it Vibram?
easy.
Is it
That's
Gateway?
so easy.
What is Vibram?
The correct answer is Vibram.
That's
Thank you.
Correct answer.
unbelievable.
You gotta
Wow.
give me. I gotta give me.
All right,
Yeah, that's
9,
fair.
7.
I threw
6.
so much earlier than this.
Yeah, you did.
All right, Luke. Question to you: In 2024, how many players were above 1,000 rated? Is it 280? Is it 559? Is it 782? Or is it 1,032?
Nick, do you know this?
No. But there is it's only top 1% of players maybe, and there's probably 30,000 active members, but that doesn't put me any close to those numbers.
Right.
1% of 30,000 is 300.
Right. You're in the ballpark. I got to go with 559.
That is the correct answer.
Wow.
That is the correct answer. So now it's
felt
97 to 7. Now,
I was going to go 280.
Nick, I'm sorry. In order to force a playoff, I'm going to give this one to Luke. Luke, this one is worth 2 points.
This would force a play. Oh my gosh.
This would force a playoff.
That's so dumb. Okay, I appreciate it though.
Luke, at the end of 2024, based on rating only, what ranking in the world did Luke Taylor finish? Was it
no.
43rd? Was it 49th? Was it 28th? Or was it 37th?
I think I know this.
It's none but the 28th.
That is the correct answer. That is the correct answer. And so we will go to a sudden death overtime. Nick, I have a number in my head, 1 or 2. If you guess it, you get the first guess.
1.
It was 2. So Luke,
he's rigging it.
You get the first guess. This is a chance.
Okay.
Now, I have a disc right here. I'm not going to show you what it is, but I'm going to give you 4 options, and you're going to have to take a guess.
Okay.
Luke, if you get it wrong, then it goes to Nick. Nick, if you get it wrong, it goes back to Luke. So I'm going to give you 4 options. Is it an ESP Buzz? Is it an ESP Force? Is it an ESP Nuke? Or is it an ESP Nuke OS?
Nick, do you know the answer to this question? You have no idea.
This is trivia. This is truly trivia.
What would Frank be throwing? What would he have in his room? No less. I really don't think it's a Force. The most common one would be the ESP Buzz, so that'd be the logical answer. I got to go with the ESP Buzz.
That is incorrect.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
So I'm passing it over to you to Nick. Passing it over to you, Nick. It is not the nuke. It comes down to Nuke OS or Force. Luke Taylor for the win. You either win or lose here, dude. Either win or lose.
Okay.
It's probably a trick question. No, like Frank. That means nothing.
Is it? It's white. It's white.
No, it's green.
No, it's green. Wow.
We should have just guessed the disc with no options, but it's okay.
Right. Yeah. What's the speed of the disc?
I can't tell you that.
It's a Force or a Nuke OS. You have a 50-50 shot here.
Right. I know. Do you guys have a coin? Nick, here, can you flip a coin for me? Do you have a coin?
Yes, I have this orange ring.
Okay, I'm just gonna flip a disc.
It's not orange, that's blue.
I'm gonna flip a disc. Heads is gonna be Force and tails is gonna be Nuke OS, and you guys aren't gonna be able to see it, but
I love this.
It landed tails, ESP, Nuke OS.
Final answer, ESP Force. It is an Andrew Presnell Force.
Hey, the Lord would not want me to win unfairly. And at the end of the day, all due respect, Nick crushed it, and I had no idea what I was doing. So
wow, thank you, Nick, congrats on the win.
Those are some good trivia questions. They were funny. I like.
Glad to have you on.
Some good ones.
I think we used them all. So I'm gonna have to find some more for our next guest. But Luke, thanks for coming on, dude. It was an absolute blast.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, it was great to play the trivia, answer some questions for you guys, and we'll have to get around in some time. We are all from Michigan, so I mean, could be made happen or made possible at some point. So appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
59 minutes.
Dang,
that's a new record.
We're getting up
that's
there.
A new record.
Yeah,
thanks, Luke.
I can talk forever.
Thanks, Luke.
So
we appreciate it, brother. But
of course.
From us, thank you guys for watching. Always a pleasure. And see you next time. Oh, good call.
Yes. I don't know where mine went. Oh, I got him.
I mean, this is the look that people are most used to.
Oh, yeah, my fault.
For the Luke Taylor.
And from us at Luke Taylor, peace.